Hello everyone, it's Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737, and today I'm going to be visiting people's histories and talking about a kind of interesting theory. But first, let's go ahead and check out my friend code. My friend code is on the top left-hand corner, and let's get to visiting some neighbors and seeing the cool things you guys have done. First is Golden Cookie. Don't forget to add Golden Cookie. Their friend code is next to their name, and so is Sparkle Token, which is they're at level 74, and Carrying Daisy, which is at level 72. And here we go. It's always so cool to see what you guys have done with your places. So, looking at this, they've gone straight for the totems. I'm assuming that they've probably beaten Nightmare Moon. Actually, it's possible that they might not have. I'm not seeing the Castle of the Two Sisters. Or the Canterlot Castle, I should say. Yeah, I don't see it. So it's possible that they haven't beaten Nightmare Moon yet. And thus, Luna is not saved. It's very compacted here. But that's cool. Well, there's the future version of the Castle of Equestria. I mean, Canterlot. Well, I guess you could say Equestria, too. If I were to pick a favorite spot, probably have to be this one right here, what's in view. It just looks very pleasant to me. I like it. It's very nice. Anyway, Golden Cookie, have a happy New Year and a happy Valentine's Day. Next is Spike Music. Hello, Spike Music. Here you go. Wow, their place looks very, very nice. I love this section right here. You already know the reason why. This looks very nice too. This might be my favorite section, if not tied for first place. Though they have all their totems active, they also look like they haven't saved Princess Luna from Nightmare Moon yet. That's just how it is. Most of the main six is hanging out right here. I just saw Rarity close to the top of the screen. Dr. Hooves is also hanging out with them, so that's kind of cool. Interesting to think about what they could be talking about right now. Oh, Rarity's hanging out with Starlight Glimmer and a couple of the other high-class ponies. But this place is very, very nice. Again, it's going to be a tie between this section, which it probably sounds crazy, but I just love that section. And the section I showed before. But also, I like a lot of this. Almost wish I could just pick it all, to be honest with you. Spike Music, you've done an excellent job. Have a happy New Year and a happy St. Valentine's Day. Next, we're going to be visiting Twinkle Night. Here we go. Here's Twinkle Night. They've done a very, very nice job. Applejack's hanging out by the Crystal Castle of Friendship. Man, this looks very, very nice. It's got a lot of open spaces, but it still looks very nice. This is definitely my favorite place here, if not tied for first place. I just really like that look. Really like it. But I love this section over here, too. So, this section probably is also tied for first place. Twilight's old library house looks very cool. You know, I got to thinking about that. She pretty much just kicked out everyone out of the public library. I don't know if anyone ever came back there to look at the books. At the same time, that's a bad thing. Maybe no one, cared at all that all the books were unable to be viewed anymore because Twilight was living in the place where they're stored at. That'd be nuts. Well, anyway, Twinkle Night, I wish you a very happy New Year and a very happy early St. Valentine's Day. Your place is very nice. Next, we got Spike Cake. Let's go visit Spike Cake. They have a cool avatar picture. Here we go. And from here on out, I have a feeling from what I'm seeing, everyone from, well, here on out, I don't think they've beat Nightmare Moon. Time to clean my device. Yeah, whatever. I have lots of crazy pop-ups today. It's very, very uniform. And it looks very nice. If I were to pick a favorite spot, it would have to be everything on the screen right here. For the usual reasons, but in including that, I love what they've done with the clock tower and making it a semi-important part, centerpiece to their version of Ponyville. Also, it's pretty cool. You can see Celestia is hanging out by the clock tower, observing ponies going about their business as they, I don't know, go about their business. And give her praises, of course, because she is the princess and does an excellent job with the sun, usually. Unless she's trolling people, dropping it on their houses, catching on fire for the lulz. She'll always deny that, though, so you cannot use that as an attack against her. No one will help you, and not even the courts of law. You'll be in serious trouble. So anyway, Spike Cake, you've done a very nice job. Have a happy New Year and a happy early St. Valentine's Day. Sparkle Token, here we come. They are next. And I hope you saw the friend code by their name. Don't forget to add them. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm not sure that's a friend code. It probably is, but it doesn't hurt to always try it out. Because it might possibly make... I can't talk. Looking at it now, it looks like they may have gone with that number just to have the rest of the name. I don't know, but we'll never find out. Until we try, at least. So you know what? I had just said that I don't think anyone from here on out has beaten Nightmare Moon. I didn't see the castle from Canterlot, but Celestia was walking around in that last map. So that's interesting. I must have missed it somewhere. Oh, well, it can't be helped. This is a very nice place. If I were to pick a favorite spot, I think it would be what's on the screen. Again, I'm drawn to the outer edges of town, and I love the foliage and the buildings like this. The nice snow on it looks very good. And the places that you guys have placed these, look really good too. Adds to the character. Anyway, Sparkle Token, have a happy New Year and a happy early St. Valentine's Day. And I think you guys know what time it is. So here's the deal, and this is going to be a quick one. I had a question about the power of Celestia and just how strong she would be moving the sun. And don't get me wrong, she is incredibly powerful. It's been calculated based on how violently fast both Luna and Celestia are able to move the sun and moon. It would have to be in the yotatons of energy exerted to do that. And the yotatons, you rarely will see a chart that has that because yotatons is so far beyond the amount of energy that most people can even fathom. It literally blows away megatons, gigatons, trilliotons, quadratons. It is an incredibly high metric scale for just how much energy that is. Specifically, when you're saying, megaton, you're talking about tons of force of energy released of TNT. and how much weight it is in relation to that. However, the villain that we were talking about was a daring do villain, and I always forget his name. I should say how to pronounce his name because he's based off a South American mythological creature. He is a dangerous one, nonetheless. Although his motives for what he does is what's in question, because some people see him as a guardian of ancient treasures, which he does do that, but he does do a couple things that make him incredibly dangerous. One time, and I use this as a reference, was a time when he had access to a magical artifact that would have held the sun in place, making it so there would be no sun. I mean, well, there would be sun, but there would be no day or night cycle, and the sun would be so overbearing that there would be sweltering heat for the earth for an extraordinarily, extremely long time. Did you know that despite the fact that our planets rotate around the sun, that the sun actually does have a rotation in itself, and the amount of energy that would be required to make it stop moving is also great. But it would be incredibly chaotic to make the sun stop moving. It would actually interfere with the rotations of some, if not all, of the planets in our solar system. So the energy there, it's debatable if it would be as strong as the energy put out by Celestia. But make no mistake, the energy that would cause the sun to stop doing what it's doing would also be so great that, again, it would affect every single planet in the solar system. Question is, who's more powerful? Well, for one, it probably, in all instances, it probably would be Celestia. I was having a debate about that. Had a lot of time to think about it. But just by Celestia using the sun, it's making her more and more powerful. That being said, what Celestia can't do without causing her to lose more magic and energy and, in essence, herself as well, her youth and stuff, would be with messing with other celestial bodies. See, using this as a reference again, Luna was asked by Starsworld the Bearded to move a distant star, a very distant star. She was able to move it a little bit, but it caused her great discomfort to do so. So it is possible if Celestia has as much skill as Luna does, and that specific type of magic. Overall, I think Celestia is more skilled when it comes to the field of magic, but I think there's specific magics and styles of using it that I think Luna actually is better than Celestia at. But nonetheless, I'm not quite sure Celestia could handle messing with other celestial bodies. This device, on the other hand, is messing with all the celestial bodies in the solar system. The only thing debatable is how many planets and moons and stuff there are in the G4 MLP solar system. We actually have tons of moons that you might not be aware of. If I remember correctly, we have like around 160 moons, possibly even more than that, in the whole solar system. Obviously not around Earth. Lots of them are by Jupiter and Saturn, but every single one of them would be affected by this magical device. So even if in the end, Celestia is more powerful when it comes to moving the sun, stopping it, controlling it. This device could technically still cause more damage to the solar system, in a sense, instantly. Then again, like Celestia could use the sun like a gigantic, really fast meteor hammer and just take out planets real easily. But at the same time, with this device, even though it's still not causing quite that much damage as what Celestia could do, it would be instant, and you wouldn't have to direct anything. Just mess with the sun, and it'll affect all the planets. It's a very interesting thing to think about. Why was this device made? It's absolutely dangerous to use, not just on the planet Earth where all the ponies are on, because as it's pointed out, it was going to be used to cause unrelenting sweltering heat. This would affect absolutely every single thing on the planet, and it's a given, no brainer. But you're talking about probably killing off all the plants, or just about all of them. So you're affecting air, you're affecting food supply, you're affecting a lot of creatures that can't even stand that kind of heat. Was this device ever used? It's quite possible it's been used before. And again, this goes back to my theory involving a giant war between at least two different, if not multiple, Alicorn factions. And in my opinion, one of them being ones taken over by nightmares after giving into using darker magics that are both in itself require dark things and dark practices to use, and or using dark emotions to open them up to being taken by the nightmares. Now, these devices obviously messed with the solar system, in my opinion, and it caused the Alicorns to have to be the ones to continuously move the sun and moon, at least specific ones. It very well could be that Luna and Celestia are chosen ones, but only this is something known by extremely small few creatures on the planet Earth and G4 and other, in the multiverse as well. And then within the Alicorn culture, what's left of it at least. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but I honestly believe the celestial bodies of this universe in G4 have been damaged by techno-magical devices that already mess with celestial bodies. This thing is incredibly dangerous, and it makes you wonder if the creature that created this thing wasn't in some way in league with Stygian. Granted, he hates sunlight. He would destroy things in other ways. But at the same time, he does like to corrupt the absolute most powerful beings and watching glee as they destroy their stuff. So is it possible there was a powerful sun-using Alicorn, or someone associated with an obsession with the sun, or at least extremely gifted with techno-magical equipment, and for the enjoyment of watching the terror of someone building such a device, he took them over or I should say corrupted them, and watched in glee as everyone saw them, after this device was built, use it to slowly destroy the planet using the sun. Granted, this process was stopped, but at the same time, why wasn't this magical device contained or destroyed? And that's something we may not ever know. It may be that the entire culture in this war was taken into itself into another dimension, very similar way that the OG pillars of Equestria had to take themselves into limbo with the Pony of Shadows. It's possible this culture or cultures in this war did this, whether willingly or on purpose. I mean, not on purpose. Because it's strange that this thing is, again, it's just sitting there. Someone should have destroyed this thing. It's very odd. And it's just something to think about. Anyway, I think that's the end of this talk. It's not 100% a theory. It does have theories within it. But I don't think we'll ever know exactly what is more powerful and what is more dangerous. It depends on the situation. Anyway, if there's anything you guys would like me to talk about, bring it up down below and we'll do it in another theory. Anyway, peace be with you all and have a great night.